Alright guys, today we're going to be taking a deep dive into the performance of Resident Evil 4 running on a M3 Max 16-inch MacBook Pro. Now, that's the 16-core CPU, 40-core GPU, 48 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage. Now, as far as settings go, I have the resolution set to 2560 by 1600, frame rate set at 120, and MetalFX upscaling set to quality. As you can see, I also have the Metal Performance HUD up in the upper right. It will be there throughout the entire duration of this video. This video is sponsored by TapMob. If you go to the link in the description, it's going to take you to my link tree where you can then click on this offer right here. That's going to send you $750 to your Cash App instantly once you complete 20 deals. All you have to do is enter your email and complete 20 deals. Thanks again, TapMob, for sponsoring this video. So here in the opening cinematic, things are pretty smooth with little to no frame drops. And as you can see, we have the Metal Performance HUD in the upper right corner. And yeah, the cinematics are pretty much stable, 120 frames per second with no issues, which is pretty surprising. Surprisingly, this is pretty well optimized for Apple Silicon, or at least the M3 Max that I'm using. But we'll see how it goes once we get into gameplay. So here we are in chapter 1 of the game, and as you can see from the Metal Performance HUD, we're getting frame rates that range from about 104 FPS to 120. As we move around, the frame rate does jump a little bit, but there's no stutteriness. It's buttery smooth with no issues. As you can see me running around, it's perfectly smooth. I'm looking at objects here, and it's honestly running better than it does on the PS5 because the PS5 is locked to 60 frames a second, I'm pretty sure. Here we are taking out the first enemy of the game. As you can see, even when it gets hectic on the screen and there's a lot of stuff going on, the frame rate is very stable, which is crazy, honestly, because this is just a laptop with no dedicated GPU. I mean, it does have 40 GPU cores, but still, it's not a discrete graphic card. So this is insane, but running pretty good so far. Just take a look at this cinematic for yourself. So here we are at the opening fight, and one thing I'll say about this port is your MacBook will get very almost uncomfortably hot. The hottest I've seen mine get during playing this game was about 94 degrees Celsius. And the fans will spin up like crazy. I'd never heard the fans on my MacBook Pro before playing this game, and you know, I video edit on Final Cut Pro every day, and I've never heard the fans spin up until I played this game on the MacBook. But that being said, it's getting hot for a good reason. It's because it's taking advantage of the M3 Max chip. And overall, I have to say, I am surprised with how well it runs, how smoothly it runs. And I should mention I have a DualSense connected to the MacBook via USB-C. You could do it via Bluetooth, but I just found it be easier just to plug it in and it works right away with no issue. So I have a DualSense connected. I'm playing it just like I would be if I was playing it on a PlayStation, but I'm playing it at double the frame rate, and it's just overall just a fantastic experience. So if you're on the fence about purchasing this from the Mac App Store, don't, because this is a fantastic way to play the game if you have an Apple Silicon Mac. And I should also mention, unlike the Resident Evil Village port, there is only one version of this game. There's not a separate version of the game for the Mac. So if you purchase it on the Mac, you can also play it on your iPhone 15 Pro with the A17 Pro chip, and the saves will sync between the iPhone and the Mac. So you can play on the Mac when you're at home, and when you're out and about, you can play on your phone and pick up right where you left off on the Mac. So overall, I'm very happy with my purchase. I recommend you guys purchase this if you have the hardware to do so. Thank you guys for watching the video. I'll leave you with some gameplay of the opening fight of the game.